Do you guys want to hear what a man did for me? It's just like a little treat, no birthday, no anniversary, no nothing. He was like, you know what, because you're so special, I want to take you to Miami. Booked us return flights, and when we got to the airport, he was like, we are going to Miami, but first we're gonna take a little trip to the Bahamas. Psych, that wasn't that man, that was Maybelline. I want you guys to take this video as a sign to post your content, because what I'm about to tell you is literally the best trip of my life. I would have not been on it if I just didn't open the camera and press play. If you guys didn't know, I'm a beauty creator who mostly focuses on makeup and skincare, and I've been doing this like for about 2 years now, and since then the most amazing things have been happening to me, and I feel so privileged, so grateful, and this trip was like a trip of a lifetime. So I've previously worked with Maybelline a couple of times before this year. Start of November, I get an email from them saying, oh, we're planning a trip to Miami and we'd love for you to come. I have never been to Miami. The only part of the US I've ever been to is New York, and I absolutely adore New York, and I was like, Miami is hot. It was like 28 degrees, it's sunny, and it's December. Of course I'm gonna freaking say yes. So I'm already excited at this point. I'm like, yes, can't wait. If you think the trip itself was enough, no, because I get an email from one of the PR girls saying, oh, by the way, we've got a package for you. Let me know if you're in on Saturday for you to collect, because we really want you to be able to receive it and not get like returned to the shipping place. I was like, of course. And I was thinking, oh, maybe they're sending us like a bit of makeup for the trip, because it was for their Teddy tint, and this is like my favorite shade. I'm going to be using it today for my makeup. It's like this velvety soft matte lipstick. I absolutely adore this. So I thought I was just going to get like some of those for the trip. No biggie. I come home and then there's like this massive big box waiting for me. I was like, ooh, that is a lot of makeup. And then I opened the package, and you guys will not believe what they sent me. They sent me a Rimowa suitcase, a red beautiful remote suitcase, and I'm like, oh my goodness, thank you so much. I really did need a suitcase. But little did I know, they filled the suitcase with a little something or little some things, because when I opened the suitcase, why am I greeted, wait, well, you guys are not ready for this, a Nintendo Switch. That's the first thing. I'm not done. An actual bag full of makeup, which I thought I was only receiving, Louis perfume, sorry, I can't pronounce it, a pair of swimsuit, sunglasses, and can we take a step back, a Nintendo freaking Switch. And I have this little leaflet going, oh, here's 2 free games. So they literally got us Animal Crossing and Mario games. I'm going to Miami and have a Nintendo Switch. I have a friend who I was literally telling her the whole day, I might go buy a Nintendo Switch, because that flight to Miami is like about 10 hours and I need to do something on the plane, and I freaking love playing games. Who doesn't? And it's already the best trip of my life, and I haven't even gone on the trip yet. Day finally arrives, and you're thinking, oh, you're probably making your way to Heathrow Airport. No, they got us cars, not just normal cars, chauffeur cars. Like where the person comes out of the door wearing a full-on suit. As soon as I leave my house, the guy literally runs up to my door and he says, let me take the suitcases for you. Sorry, I've been like deprived of chivalry. And so he takes those suitcases, opens the door for me, get in. He was like, oh, here's the heater, here are waters if you need, anything you need, anything, my little princess. He didn't actually say that, but I felt it. Anything you need, just ask. And so I'm up at 5 a.m. in the morning, and I couldn't be happier, even though I had 2 hours of sleep. Because you know, like when you were in school and you were gonna go and trip the next day, you literally couldn't sleep because you were so euphoric. That was me. I literally felt like a little kid again. And so I'm in the freaking car at 5 a.m. in the morning, smiling like a freaking idiot, because I'm about to go to freaking Miami. And we get to the airport, I see all my girlies, all the other girls who are coming with us. And then the 2 PR girls, they're like, oh yeah, we are going to Miami, but we need to take like a little detour first. And we were like, at this point, I was scared they were gonna like wanna go to Miami as well, because my whole For You page has become Miami. You know that Miami soap will listen, welcome to Miami. So that was literally my For You page. So I was like, I wanna go Miami. They give us this leaflet and they were like, yes, Miami is calling, but first you guys are gonna go to the Bahamas. Speechless was who I was. Like, there was no English words that could comprehend how I was feeling at that moment, because why are you telling me you guys are taking us to Miami, but first you're going to take us to the Bahamas, and you also gave me a Nintendo Switch? The way we all just screamed, because the Bahamas, since I was a child, has been a dream destination of mine, because it's the freaking Bahamas. Still blue seas, buttery white sand, sunshine, food. You're telling me we're gonna go Bahamas and then we're gonna go Miami? Shut up, shut up. At that point I was like, yeah, you're still sleeping, you're still dreaming, you're still in the house. This cannot be real. Oh, by the way, did I tell you what type of seats they booked us? So we flew Virgin Atlantic and they got us the upper class, which is literally their business class, and that was the first time I flew business. The thing that got to me as an economy babe from day one is I could turn my seat into a bed. Because deep down, I'm just a girl from a council estate in North London. This is not meant to be my life, but it was. So we get on a flight, it's upper business class, my seat is in a bed, and then we land in the Bahamas. Can I just say the Bahamas is one of like the most friendliest places I've ever went to, because why are we greeted by the ambassador of tourism with smiles, with cheers, and they have like this big screen where the flag, the Bahamian flag comes on, and then like there's a sea, and he's like, girls, line up, I'm gonna take a picture of you guys just to welcome you to the Bahamas. And so when the picture of their sea, the Bahamian sea, came up, he was like, let's do the swimming dance. So like 10 of us are just like swimming in front of the Bahamas. We were so euphoric. We would literally, he could have told us jump and would have jumped. He could have told us crawl around like little dogs and we would have, because that's how freaking happy we were. And he sang one of our friends happy birthday because it was her birthday soon. And that was like our entrance to the Bahamas. And guys, the resort they booked for us, I'm gonna just like paste some pictures here, because from the moment we stepped out of the airport, they have their little office in the airport. They like greeted my friends with champagne, orange juice, water, whatever you wanted. I don't drink, so I was like, girlies, enjoy your champagne bubbly pop. I'm gonna enjoy my orange juicy. And then the resort pulls up in this Mercedes van. Open the door, there's a table, LED lights, every drink you could possibly want. There's even a mixer if you wanted to become a bartender, if you wanted to be a bartender. And so we literally get luxuriously escorted. I can't speak English. We get luxuriously moved, and then we come up to the resort. And guys, the resort itself is like its own town. It has like multiple swimming pools, multiple shops. Wait, there's a Cartier shop in the resort, because if you're feeling like the little cheeky Cartier bracelet, why the fuck not? Our rooms, absolutely stunning. The restaurant's there. And so we spent like 2 nights in the Bahamas, eating, sunbathing. They took us on a boat trip. We were literally living our luxurious life. And room service, you could have as much room service as you wanted. And then the day came where we had to leave the Bahamas and go to Miami. And so we flew from the Bahamas to Miami, and it was like a 1-hour trip. We were in Miami for Art Basel. Before this, I didn't even know what Art Basel was, and apparently it's this really famous auction that takes place in Switzerland in the summer and then in Miami in the winter, because Miami is hot in the winter. And every celeb you can think of is literally there to go buy art. So every celeb possible was in Miami, and we were in Miami. Why am I there? And so on the first night, they were like, oh, we're gonna go to this really nice restaurant called Catch. And I was like, oh, what's Catch? Apparently there's a branch of it in LA, and all the celebs in LA go there, and it's like this sushi Japanese restaurant. And my god, the food there, they had these like sweet and sour prawns. I would kill for those prawns. I would murder for those prawns. Yes, I would. It was absolutely delicious. And afterwards, we went to the Maybelline Global Teddy Tin event, which was the whole point. We were there, and we went home, took a nice sleep. The next day, we wake up, and they're like, oh, you guys are gonna have a tour of Miami. Like, oh, we're gonna have this little cute tour, maybe go on like a bus or this really cute coach. Like, I'm so excited. Why did 2 Cadillacs, yes, freaking Cadillacs, pull up in front of the hotel? One pink, one blue. That's your ride. Growing up, my family was literally too poor to own a car, so I always traveled on public transport. So even getting in a normal regular car was a privilege for me. And now I'm getting driven around Miami Beach in a Cadillac. What is life? Car company was owned by these 2 French guys, and the guy who drove us was absolutely hilarious, because a mid-journey to girls you've just met like half an hour ago, why are you telling me that your wife tried to attempt murder on you? Okay, wait, I need to like back up a little bit. He's like, yeah, I've been in Miami for a few years, and he was talking about his daughter and blah blah blah, and then he was like, I don't like my wife. And then we were like, oh, like what happened? Why don't you like the wife? He was like, yeah, she tried to stab me. Reasoning was because like they broke up and she was dating a new guy and he didn't want the new guy around his daughter, his kids, and she would like refuse, and then she just snapped one day and she just did it. I don't know if it's true or if it's like an extravagant story, but yeah, that was our Cadillac ride. And guess where they booked a dinner for us? The Versace villa. Like, you know Versace, the guy who like owns this, like, you know, the small brand Versace? I don't know if you guys have heard of it. Yeah, that used to be his house and that is being converted into a restaurant. Pinterest the Versace villa and you will actually weep because of how beautiful, stunning it is. It does literally, it looks like an ethereal land. So we are at the Versace villa enjoying our little meal, and the waiter who's taking our order was like, oh yeah, did you know that Versace was shot at the front? At that point I felt like the universe was trying to tell me something or warn me something. I have no idea, but that was a lot of death in one day, but a lot of beauty. Maybe life was trying to tell me there's beauty in life because there's death. I feel like that's the deepest shit I've ever said, or either I'm talking out of my ass. And then on the final day they were like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take you guys on a boat tour. And so we did a boat tour in the Bahamas. So we expected something cutesy, something little. When we walked up to the boat, we did not expect a 3-floored yacht. At the bottom floor was a bedroom with a double bed, a little nice chilling area, and then on the top was like this sunbathing roof place. And this was like super early in the morning, so they had like a spread of sandwiches, pastries, any juices. And then we go to the roof, we're just sunbathing, enjoying the sun because it was like quite sunny when we went on the boat. And then we see a little boop boop from the corner of my eyes, and then one of the girls screams, dolphins. 2 dolphins are just jumping and hopping and literally having the best time of our life, like 20 meters away from us. How can you tell me this is freaking real life? Because I am in Miami on a yacht with one of the biggest makeup brands in the world, and there's 2 dolphins jumping next to me. What the fuck did I do to deserve this? So we left the yacht. The event for the night was to go watch some basketball. And you know what the crazy thing is? It was Miami Heat, of course, because we were in Miami, versus like the Phoenix somethings. But I actually watched the Miami Heats in New York against Brooklyn Nets, and they won there as well. And then I was actually like mentioning to one of the girls, oh, I'm gonna go buy like a basketball jersey when I'm in the stadium. And she was like, you don't have to do that. And I'm like, what do you mean I don't have to do that? She was like, you'll see. At that point, I literally knew they were getting us basketball shirts. And so we rock up to the venue. There's literally a row of seats with all tops. And I thought, wow, cute. They got us Miami Heat merch. And then when we turned the shirt around, it literally has our name on it. They customized Miami Heat jersey tops for us. When is it enough? When will it ever be enough? And then we take a look at the menu for the area, and they're giving us loaded nachos with guac, with pulled chicken, with salsa, and with a bit of cheese. They've got barbecue wings. They've got burger sliders. They've got popcorn with the disgusting buttery butter. I don't know why Americans do that to themselves, but it was dry at that point, so my hands did not get greasy. And any drink that you wanted while watching Miami Heat beat the fuck out of the Phoenix, which they did. And now I'm gonna go in with this, and I'm gonna just show you guys how beautiful this, this color. You don't need lip liner for this, honestly. It's just such a stunning brown shade, and it like slides onto your lips so beautifully. Oh, their Plumpet gloss in the shade Cocoa Zinc to just bring out the sparkles. And then the next day we all returned back to the UK, and this whole trip sounds like I lived 1,000 lives, but it was just 6 days. But it genuinely felt like eternity because of the amount of things we've seen and we've done. Like, I don't think there's ever going to be a trip to top that, honestly. So girlies, if you guys are like, oh, I'm too shy, I'm too nervous, what if people judge me? Yeah, they'll be judging when you're in a yacht in Miami.